Let us now proceed with step 6. In step 6, we are going to configure the MySQL database so that Django can be able to talk with the MySQL database. To do that, we will need to open the settings.py file in our Django application. So here is our settings.py file. Let me double click on it to open it. Now, once we open the settings.py file, we need to trace the database section. So I'm scrolling down so that I can trace the database section. That is, yeah, here is the database section. You can see at this line here, at line 75, this bit here. So now for this bit here, you can see the default is for connecting to a SQLite, but for us, we are going to use the MySQL database. So to do that, I have prepared this bit here with the settings for connecting to my own now, my MySQL database. So this is what is going to be, this is actually, I mean, the database is going to be MySQL, as you can see here. MySQL. And then the database name is going to be Python _ bio _ integ _ HID DigitalPersona _ 4500. Then the user is going to be Django. The password is going to be just Django2. Then the host is going to be localhost. I'm actually connecting to a MySQL database that is installed on my computer. The port is 3307. So to configure our Django project to connect to MySQL, I am going to replace this default bit here. This default bit here from line 75 to line 80 with this bit here. So to do that, let me select this whole bit here, then I do copy, I minimize this, then I come right here, I select this bit here, and then I paste all over it. Yeah, so I have replaced what was there initially with now this bit here. So the other thing that I need to do is to save. So I come here, I do, I save. Okay, I just do save all. But I just hit Ctrl S to save. Now there's one more thing that we need to do. We need to install the MySQL client that will allow Django to communicate with MySQL database. To install MySQL client, I will come here at the terminal. Remember to hit the terminal, just click on this bit here. Where is that? Yeah, this one here, terminal, but we're already in the terminal anyway. So let me just clear this so that we have space. Or I just go ahead and type pip install MySQL client, this bit here. Pip install MySQL client. Then I just press enter, observe what happens. So you can see this message here, successfully installed MySQL client 2.27. So that's it. That's what I wanted to show you for step 6. So we've been able to configure the database, replaced the default with the one that we are going to use. Then we have also installed the MySQL client that is going to allow our Django application to talk with the MySQL database in the backend. So let's go straight right now to step 7. In step 7, we are going to register our Django app, that is the consultants app here. This one here, you remember this app that we created in step 4? We are going to register it into our main project. So to do that, we will need to add it inside the installed apps section of the settings.py file. So here is the installed app section in our settings.py file. So we'll need to scroll up here to find the installed app. Yeah, here it is. So right here is where we will add the consultants app to our main project. So to do that, I'm going to place my cursor right here and then press enter. Then I have one of these. I do Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. I push this to the right. Then I type consultants. Then close it. I have this here. So we have registered the consultants app is on here with the main Django project. So to complete that, I just need to do Ctrl+S to save, or rather I just come here and say save all. Now let us move to step 8. Today, are we really in step 8? In step 8, we are going to create and define the model that our Django app is going to use to interact with the MySQL database for the backend. Now to do that, we are going to access our consultants app right here. And then we open the models.py file. So right here in the models.py file, we are going to define our model right here. To do that, let me first show you the model itself. So this is the model that I am going to use. So I am going to replace this bit here, this model here, the contents with this is the model that I am going to use. Let me copy it. I've copied it. Then I minimize this. Come here in the models.py file. Then I clear everything that was there initially. Then I paste this here. Then I do Ctrl save. And I just come here and say save all. So this is the model that we are going to use to interact with our the consultants app is going to use to interact with the MySQL database. There's something that I need to show you so that you understand how I came up with this model. So fname is going to be for the first name here. Sname is going to be for the surname. Tech role is going to be for the tech role position field, the data from the tech role position field. Email is going to be for this email field here. Bioscanner is going to be for this field here, that is the biometric scanner field. The tech stack is going to be for this field here, that is technology used field. Database is going to be for this field here, that is the database field. Website is going to be for this field here, that is the website field. And then we have these two sections here, from the left hand and from the right hand. So from the left hand we just need only one finger, and from the right hand we'll just need one finger. If I take you back to the model, you will see that finger 1 is going to be for the particular finger that we are going to enroll from the left hand. For my case, I've always preferred to use the left index. So for the left hand, I will use the left index. So finger 1 will correspond with but it will depend on the particular field, the particular finger that you want to enroll. But for my case, it's going to be the left index. Back to the model. Okay, for finger 2, it is going to be the finger that we enroll from the right hand. In my case, it is going to be the right index. Let's go back to the model again. And there is this field here, that is reg_created_time. So this field here is for capturing when the registration was, the timestamp for when the registration was done. So that we can be able to know this particular person or this particular consultant was enrolled into the database at this particular time. This is going to be the table where we will archive the data that we will collect from the registered person. So we are going to have table _biometric_consultant SQL table inside our MySQL database backend. So that's it for the model. Let's now move on to step 9. So let me show you step 9. In step 9, we are going to carry out the migrations. So to do that, I'll do dir first to list the contents. You see, this is what we have. Then I copy this. I do copy. And then I come here, I type cd. Then I do paste there. Press enter. Now if I do pwd, you will see that what happened? Yeah, you can see we are already now in this path here. So now let me do first clear. Then we now carry out the migration. Oh, I forgot to do the error first to confirm whether I have manage here, manage.py here. Yeah, we have manage.py here. So now let me do clear. Then now we type Python manage.py make migrations. So I'll press enter. Observe what happens. So what has happened is that it has created our, it has done this. This is what it has done. It has created that model that we defined in step 8. Now the other thing we need to do is to run Python manage.py, then we type migrate. So I press enter. So what happens? Python manage.py migrate. Looks like there was a problem while connecting to the database. Let me first check what the problem was, then we continue. So these errors that you see here are coming about because the application had an issue, or rather Django had an issue connecting to the database. There's something that I need to show you here. Where is it? Okay. So I need to go to the database section in the settings.py. The application is trying to connect to this database here, but then this database does not exist. So hence the reason we are getting these errors here. So what we are going to do is that we are going to log in into MySQL, and then we create this database. So to do that, I am going to open my database management tool that I use called HeidiSQL. So here is HeidiSQL. This is the login screen for Heidi so that you can connect to your database. That is, you can connect to the MySQL database backend. So I'd created this entry before. This is the user that I am using to log into MySQL database, that is Django, and for the password is also Django, and the port is 3307. Just the same credentials that we have for a minute, please. The same credentials that we have here. That is user Django, password Django, host, localhost, port 3307. So in our case, we also have Django for user, Django for password, port 3307, and the host name is localhost. Okay, so let's log in. Let's access the MySQL backend so that we can create that database. Open. So you can see the databases that we have here are just the default ones, but we don't have this database here. So sorry, this one here, we don't have this database existing in our MySQL. So this is what we are going to create. So in Heidi, I'm going to clear this tab here. I just come to this tab here. But then let me show you the version that I am running for MySQL. I'm running version 9.4.0. Let me clear this. Then I type create database tab. So this is the database that we are going to create. That is database underscore Python underscore bio underscore integ underscore HID underscore DigitalPersona underscore 4500. Okay, do I need to format this by the format SQL? It is still a one-liner. Anyway, so this is what I am going to. This is the query that I am going to run to create the database. That is this database here. So as you can see, you don't have that database here, but once you create it, once you run this query, you'll be able to see it here, and then we'll be able to proceed and do the migration that we were doing here before. So first, let us now create this database. So I'm going to select this, and then I do run. So I've just pulled this bit here below so that you can see what the query did. You can see that it actually made something here. So now what we need to do is to refresh this bit here now that we have run that query. So I'm going to do right click here, and then I do refresh. So we should be able to see the database underscore Python underscore bio underscore integ underscore HID underscore DigitalPersona underscore 4500 database here on the left once we refresh. I do refresh. So you can see our database has been created here. That's it, this one here. Let me pull this bit to the right like this so that you see it. So this has been created just right now, and it has nothing when we ran this query here. Now that we have been able to create our database, let us now go back to the PyCharm IDE so that we continue with the migration. Remember, we could not proceed with the migration because of these errors here. So these errors were as a result of us not having this database. But now we have created it in MySQL. So let us run the migration again. So already here it is. Let me just do clear first so that we have more space. Then we type Python manage.py migrate. It please. Yeah, let us now press enter. Observe what happens. So the migration is happening. Things seem to be working now. So it has completed the migration. There was no error, unlike before what we observed. So now, if we go to the database, that is from the database management tool, we'll be able to see this table. Need to take you here to the models here. We'll be able to see that it has created this table here, that is table underscore biometric consultants, and it should have created these fields here. So let's confirm that now that we have done the migration. So we go to the database management tool here. Then let me just pull this here. Then we refresh here, or rather we just disconnect and then we connect again. Disconnect, then we connect again so that it refreshes. By the way, we should be able to come here and say and select the database that we want. This one, you see, it is already there. So we select it, then we say open. Remember, that is because of this bit here. This bit here, once we have these credentials right, we can be able to select the database. So instead of just seeing all the database, we select the particular one that we want. This one. The one that we have just created. The one that we have just created now. This one here. So we click open. It just wants to save those settings. Yeah, you can see. So we are inside the database that we created. This one here. These are the entries that were made inside our database, and this is our table here amongst other tables that the Django was able to create. So if I click on the table underscore biometrics consultant, then I come here to data here. Can we see it in design view? Yeah, in design view, this is how it looks like now. So you can see it has created that table for us, this one here. It has entered these fields here, just the same way we had defined them in our model here. See? So this is what we have here inside our table. That is this table here. So basically, that's it for step 9. Let's proceed with step 10. In step 10, this is just a small item. I just thought about it. I decided I want MySQL to handle the timestamp or when the person was registered by itself, instead of me doing that from the Django side of things. So if I take you to the table, that is our table here, this table here in design view, that is a table underscore biometric consultants table. Sorry, that is the table underscore biometric underscore consultants table. I want this bit here for this field here, that is reg created time, to be managed by MySQL. That is, when an entry is made, MySQL itself captures the timestamp. So as you can see, it is depending on Django to pass the timestamp, but there is a way you can do it. So to do that, I could manually do it here and set it to current timestamp, but there is this query here. There is this query here that could just do that for us. So it is going to alter the table and then modify the field and set the timestamp to default current timestamp for when a raw entry is made into our table, that is the table underscore biometric consultant SQL table. So let us effect this, and then when we go back to the design view here, you will see that it will be current timestamp for our field. Yeah, that is reg created time, that is the date time field. So let us do that right away. I'm going to select this bit here, and then I do run. So if I pull this bit here up, you see that it has did enter the table, modified it, and now what we need to do is to go to design view and confirm whether that was effected. Let me scroll and pull this bit here right below. Below like this. Okay, we need to refresh it so that we can see what was done. Where is the refresh button here? Is this the refresh button? No. Where's the refresh? This one here. Or rather we hit F5. So observe what happens. Has it changed? Okay, let me just come here select this, and then I do refresh. Then I expand this, then I select our table, then I come here. Yeah, you can see it has changed from no default to current timestamp after we ran that query. Those are the 10 steps that I have taken to set up the consultant Django app inside the Django project that we created inside the Python project that we created with our PyCharm community IDE. So we had to first create a Python project in Python community IDE. Then inside the Python community, I don't even go back there so that I explain what you are seeing. So we first had to create a Python project inside Python. We first had to create a Python project inside PyCharm community IDE, and then inside that Python project, that is this project here, we created a Django project. So we created a Django project inside the Python project that we created inside our PyCharm community IDE. Then thereafter, we created a consultants app, that is a consultant Django app inside the Django project. So this is the app that is going to be handling the registration from the client side, that is the web, to save the data that will be enrolled on this web interface here, together with the biometrics data that will be captured and then saved into the database, that is this database here and inside this table right here. So once we successfully do an entry, that is from here, we register a consultant, we enroll their biometrics, and then we hit submit, we are going to see that data on the backend inside our MySQL, inside this MySQL database here, and inside our table right here, and in this data section here, we'll be able to see that entry there. So thank you for watching all the way to the end. I hope this helps you understand how I was able to set up the Python Django Biometric Registration app that we are calling the consultant. Sorry, I need to show you here that we are calling the consultants here. And remember that we are using the HID DigitalPersona 4500 Fingerprint Scanner for purposes of capturing and enrolling the person's biometric data. So this is the HID DigitalPersona 4500 Fingerprint Scanner. Let me know if you have any questions. Please drop them in the comment section, or if you have any suggestions or views that you'd like to share with me, please drop a comment. I'll be able to check it out and reply back to you.